Where land ends and the ocean begins, a survivor waits. It breathes air, yet its spirit belongs to the sea. Not a seal, not fully terrestrial, not fully marine, something in between, something refined. Across the world's coastlines, from the icy waters of the southern oceans to the warm currents of the Pacific, 7 species of sea lions share this powerful blueprint. Each species shaped by a different edge of the planet, yet bound by the same ancient design. Born of waves and sculpted by stone, the sea lion carries both power and elegance within the same form. Every muscle exists for survival. Every movement is purposeful. Millions of years of evolution have removed what is unnecessary and perfected what remains. This is an animal engineered by hardship. Its eyes are sharp, capable of reading danger before it fully appears. Long, sensitive whiskers stretch forward like living instruments, detecting vibrations in dark water where vision fails. In the ocean, silence does not exist. Every ripple speaks. Every disturbance leaves a signature. The sea lion listens with its entire body. Beneath the surface, information flows constantly, and those who cannot read it do not survive. This is a world where awareness is life itself. Evolution left nothing to chance. The sea lion is strong enough to fight when survival demands confrontation, yet fast enough to flee when escape is the only option. The ocean shows no mercy, and hesitation is punished instantly. Balance is the thin line between existence and disappearance. Here, the sea lion lives as both hunter and hunted. Below the surface, danger moves without warning. Above it, threats arrive from land and sky. Survival is not guaranteed. It is earned, moment by moment. It begins exposed to the elements, on bare rock hammered endlessly by wind. Salt and relentless waves. A newborn enters a world already in motion, already crowded, already dangerous. There is no shelter, no softness, no pause. The ground is cold and unforgiving. The air is thick with sound. This is not a gentle beginning. The young cannot swim. It cannot hunt. It cannot escape. Its body is fragile, untested, wholly unprepared for the forces that surround it. Survival depends entirely on its mother. Her presence is constant. Her vigilance never rests. She positions herself between her young and danger, scanning endlessly for threats that can come from land, sea, or sky. In massive colonies where thousands gather, every sound blends into chaos. Calls overlap, bodies press together, movement never stops. Yet within this confusion, a miracle of instinct persists. A mother's call cuts through it all. Each voice is unique, each bond unmistakable. Amid the noise of the many, mother and young find one another without hesitation. Separation is rare. Loss is permanent. The bond is not emotional. It is essential. Territory defines destiny here. Dominance is not symbolic. It is physical, violent, and absolute. Massive males rise to claim control, their bodies colliding with bone-shaking force. The ground trembles beneath their weight. Teeth flash, flesh tears, blood stains the stone. These battles are not displays. They are decisions. They determine which instincts are carried forward and which bloodlines end forever. Defeat means retreat, exile, genetic silence. Victors gain access to space, to mates, to the future itself. Conflict shapes every generation, and peace is always temporary. Even rest is cautious, even stillness is earned. As time passes, the young begin to change. Curiosity slowly pushes back fear. Muscles strengthen, balance improves. The body grows heavier, more capable, more restless. And beyond the noise of the colony, the ocean begins to call. The shoreline becomes a classroom. Every step toward the water is a lesson. Mistakes are immediate and unforgiving. The first swim is awkward, clumsy, uncertain. Waves knock bodies sideways. Cold water steals breath. Panic rises quickly. Salt burns the eyes. The instinct to flee battles the instinct to learn. But instinct wins. Again and again, the young return to the water. Strength builds with each attempt. Movements become deliberate. Fear becomes familiarity. What was once overwhelming becomes navigable. The land that once defined safety begins to feel limiting. Walking ends. Diving begins. And with that first true plunge into the open water, life shifts. The world expands. Survival is no longer borrowed from the mother. It must be earned alone. With each descent, light fades and pressure increases. The surface world, noise, movement, chaos, slips away. Breath is held longer now, stretched by discipline and necessity. The body learns its limits and then learns to push beyond them. The heart slows. The mind sharpens. Time itself seems to loosen beneath the waves. Down here, the ocean reveals its true scale. Vast, dark, indifferent. There is no comfort in its depth, no mercy in its silence. Sound travels differently. Distance deceives. What appears close may be far. What seems safe may already be watching. Hunting is no longer play. It is no longer instinct alone. It becomes calculation. Each movement is deliberate, conserving oxygen, conserving energy. Schools of fish scatter in synchronized panic, turning as one living wall of silver. Success depends on timing measured in fractions of a second. A missed strike means hunger. Hunger weakens muscles, weakness slows reaction. And in the ocean, delay is fatal. Every dive carries consequence. Predators watch constantly. Sharks patrol the depths with ancient efficiency. Bodies shaped by millions of years of refinement. They do not rush. They do not hesitate. They wait for imperfection. Orcas arrive with intelligence and intent. Working together, communicating without sound. Hunting with strategy rather than speed. Against them, size offers no protection. Strength alone is meaningless. Survival demands speed, agility, and flawless awareness. Escape is not dramatic. It is precise. A sudden turn. A burst of speed at exactly the right moment. A change in depth that breaks pursuit. One mistake ends everything. Speed saves lives. Agility confuses death. Awareness decides who returns to the surface. Storms arrive without warning. The sea darkens. Waves rise and collapse with crushing force. Currents twist and pull bodies away from safety, dragging even the strongest off course. Orientation disappears. Land vanishes. The careless are taken. The inexperienced are overwhelmed. The exhausted fall behind. Only resilience finds its way back to shore. Those who survive do not forget. The ocean leaves its mark, etched into scar tissue, carved into muscle memory. Every close call becomes instinct. Every loss becomes caution. Adulthood comes quietly. There is no ceremony, no signal. One day the young are simply no longer protected. Responsibility arrives fully formed. Territory must be claimed and defended. Rivals test boundaries constantly. Challenges are direct, physical, unforgiving. Leadership is not granted. It is taken, defended, and constantly questioned. Dominance fades as quickly as it is earned. Youth rises with unspent strength. Reaction slows. Endurance shortens. No throne lasts forever. The ocean does not remember past victories. It only responds to the present moment. And so the cycle continues, shaped by water, sharpened by struggle, measured not in years but in survival. Hunger drives migration. It always has. When food thins and familiar waters fall silent, the ocean transforms into a road without signs. No borders, no markers, no certainty. It stretches endlessly in all directions, vast and unforgiving. There are no maps to follow. Memory replaces navigation. Instinct replaces direction. Sea lions return to familiar shores across immense distances, guided by knowledge older than language itself. Coastlines remembered not by sight alone, but by scent, current, temperature, and sound. These journeys are not learned in a single lifetime. They are inherited, passed down through generations, etched deep into biology, carried in muscle and mind. Each migration retraces invisible paths carved by ancestors who survived before them. The young do not yet travel far. First they play. Along the shoreline and in shallow waters, young sea lions chase endlessly. They wrestle, tumble, leap from rocks, and dive with reckless enthusiasm. It looks like joy, and it is, but beneath the surface, every game is training. Play sharpens reflexes. Wrestling builds strength. Chasing teaches pursuit and evasion. Balance is tested on slippery stone. Breath control improves with each dive. Laughter-like calls mask serious lessons. No moment is wasted. Every movement is preparation for a future where mistakes are punished. Sea lions are not merely inhabitants of the ocean. They are regulators of it. Their presence shapes entire ecosystems beneath the surface. By controlling fish populations, they maintain balance in the food web. Too many predators removed, and prey populations explode. Too few fish consumed, and ecosystems suffocate under their own imbalance. Remove sea lions, and the system begins to unravel. Quietly at first, then all at once. But this balance is fragile. Human influence presses from every direction. Fishing nets drift invisibly, ensnaring bodies never meant to be caught. Flippers tangle, necks tighten. Drowning comes silently. Plastic mimics prey, floating, shining, deceptive. It fills stomachs with death, leaving animals starving while full. Pollution seeps into water and tissue, building invisibly, poisoning generation after generation. The ocean itself is changing. Warming waters push fish farther away from traditional hunting grounds. Familiar routes grow empty. The hunt grows longer. Dives become deeper. Breath must be held longer. Energy drains faster than it can be replaced. Mothers must travel farther to feed, leaving pups alone for longer stretches of time. Risk multiplies, yet sea lions endure. Adaptation becomes survival. Intelligence becomes their most powerful weapon. They observe boats and learn patterns. They recognize engines, schedules, and opportunities. They exploit moments others overlook. Curiosity turns into strategy. Flexibility becomes strength. Where brute force fails, learning succeeds. In a world reshaped by hunger, distance, and human pressure, sea lions persist, not because the ocean is kind. Communication holds colonies together in places where chaos should reign. Along crowded shores, thousands gather shoulder to shoulder, bodies pressed against rock and sand. Vision alone is useless here. The air is thick with motion, noise, and confusion, yet sound cuts through it all. Voices rise and fall in layered calls, each one carrying identity. A mother's voice finds her pup among hundreds. A warning call ripples through the colony in seconds. Danger is announced before it arrives. Sound travels where sight cannot, binding individuals into a single living system. Community is survival. Alone, a sea lion is vulnerable. Easier prey, easier target, easier loss. Together, endurance becomes possible. Eyes multiply, reactions spread, knowledge is shared without words. When one detects danger, all respond. When one discovers opportunity, others follow. The colony is not just a gathering, it is a shield. Time, however, spares no body. Years reshape muscle and bone. Strength fades. Speed slows. Jumps lose height. Dives take longer. But in place of raw power, wisdom takes root. Experience replaces aggression. The old carry the memory of storms survived. Predators escaped. Routes learned the hard way. Scars map a lifetime of survival. Elders no longer lead through force, but through presence, through timing, through knowing when to fight and when to yield. In a world that never stops testing its inhabitants, memory becomes the greatest advantage. The ocean remembers every life that passes through it, even as it erases the marks they leave behind. Pups are born, adults age, the old disappear, new voices rise. The cycle never pauses. Instinct guides every decision, when to rest, when to move, when to hunt, when to flee. Instinct is ancient memory written into muscle and bone, refined over countless generations. Thought is slow. Reaction is life. Adaptation never ends. It cannot. The ocean changes constantly, and those who fail to change with it are left behind. Resilience is not optional. It is mandatory. Balance keeps ecosystems alive. Sea lions are living indicators of ocean health. When they struggle, something deeper is wrong. When they thrive, the system holds. Their fate reflects the condition of the sea and, ultimately, our own future within it. Protection begins with awareness. Respect restores balance. Survival now depends not on domination, but coexistence. The odyssey of the sea lion continues, generation after generation moving, endlessly between land and sea, always adapting, always alert, always learning. They are guardians of the coastline, symbols of resilience, masters of two worlds, shaped by conflict, refined by time, bound to the rhythm of waves and the pull of the tide. The sea lion endures, against storms, against predators, against change itself, still swimming, still adapting, still surviving. And as waves erase tracks from stone, as tides rise and fall without memory. If this journey stayed with you, don't let it end here. Subscribe and become part of these stories. Every film we create is a voice for lives that cannot speak for themselves. A reminder of what still survives and what could be lost. When you watch, you are not just a viewer, you are a witness. If a moment moved you, tell us in the comments. If an animal stayed in your thoughts, name it. Your curiosity decides which story is told next, which life is brought out of silence, which forgotten struggle is seen. Share this film with someone who still believes the natural world matters. Because awareness is protection, and attention is power. Stay with us. These stories only survive if we tell them together.